smarter than I am, knows more about these issues than I do. So you can ask her the hard questions later. I'm here really mostly to thank you for the work that you do. The values that you have, the values that I have, and I think the values that most Americans have are under incredible assault right now. And I wish I could tell you otherwise. These are going to be very, very tough times for our constituents, the people who we serve, and we have got to keep fighting. In Washington, right now we have reached the stage where the issue in terms of nutrition programs, or health care programs, or educational programs, or housing programs, in some ways is not the debate which is always taking place. Do you put more money into a program? Do you put less money into a program? How do you make the program more efficient? Those debates have happened forever. We now have, with right-wing Republican extremism, people who philosophically, in their heart of hearts, believe that a number of these programs, Social Security, Medicare, are unconstitutional. That's what they believe. So it's not a, and that the government should not be involved in them at all. So it's not a debate, is whether you fund more, whether you fund less. These people want to move us back to a time in the 1920s and essentially repeal, you name the piece of legislation, repeal virtually every single major piece of legislation which protects the elderly, the children, the sick, or the poor. Now, they're not going to get their way, that's for sure. But they do control the House of Representatives. They don't control the White House. They don't control the United States Senate. But they do control the House. And there's no question that they already have a profound impact on the national debate and the funding of programs which are important to all of us. I think you would not be in this room here, you would not be doing the work you do if you did not believe that in this nation it is morally objectionable that our people, that we have millions of people who go hungry and are struggling with food security. And yet there are members of the Senate, there are members of the House who believe, well, that may be true, but that's what private charity is about. That's what churches are about. If people are in need, let them go to some private charity and get the help they need. It is not the function of the government. So what you are going to be seeing is an assault on what's nationally called the SNAP program, the Vermont Free Square program. We're going to have to fight very, very hard to protect that program. I am the chairman of the subcommittee on the Health Education and Labor Committee, which deals with aging and primary health care. And what we are going to do, because I've kind of had enough, we're not going to, not only am I not going to cut the programs that we have jurisdiction over, are the Meals on Wheels program and the Congregate Senior Meals program, which many senior centers use. And I could care less about what some of my colleagues there are saying. Not only are we not going to cut these programs, I have put into these programs a 50% increase in funding. And the reason is not because of any other reason, other than the fact that need is out there. We did hearings on senior hunger, which is growing. We know that many seniors who would be eligible for the Meals on Wheels program are not applying. We know that many of the agencies don't have the resources they need to protect seniors. And the insanity of that is that we had a number of physicians that are here telling us is that if seniors are not getting the nutrition that they need, what do you think happens? They get sick. They fall. They break their hips. They end up in the hospital. We spend tens of thousands of dollars making them whole rather than providing them with a few dollars each week in order to eat well. And the same issue is with children. As all of you know or should know, we have the highest rate of childhood poverty in the industrialized world, with 22% of our kids living in poverty. I think 1/4 of the children in America are on food stamps. And I don't have to, again, tell you what you already know, that when a kid goes to school hungry, that kid is not going to be learning well. And you talk to teacher after teacher after teacher who are struggling not with ABCs and arithmetic, they're struggling about whether their kids can focus on classroom work because they're hungry and they're distracted for other reasons. So what you are engaged in, whether you know it or not, is a great philosophical, ahistorical debate which is taking place in America. And they're at a time when we have the most unequal distribution of wealth and income of any major country, and that gap is growing wider and wider, in which the top 1% earn more income than the bottom 50%. You got the top 400 families in this country owning more wealth than the bottom half of America. And you know what these guys want? They want more tax breaks. They want more tax breaks, and it is amazing to me. It is amazing to me to talk about family values, and you got children who are going hungry in America, and you got billionaires who are pouring huge amounts of money into this campaign because they want to lower their already very, very low tax rates. So what my hope is, and I think the work that you are doing is you are fighting for values which not only I think are strong in our own state, but are prevalent in America. And that is, we are not going to turn our backs on people who are hungry, whether they're children or they're elderly or they're working families. I have heard reports, and I'm sure you are discussing it. So I've been to some of the food banks, and what the directors there are telling me is, it's not just the unemployed who are coming in, it's people who are working 40 or 50 hours a week, or are not earning enough money because of low wages to buy food for their family. Okay, we're not going to turn our backs on them. We were successful in bringing, I guess it's called the At-Risk Supper Program to the state of Vermont. And I like that program very much because I'm a big proponent of after-school programs. And I saw a program in Berlin, which was just a beautiful, beautiful program doing exactly what we want to see done. We want to see kids whose parents are working have the opportunity to do constructive activities, whether it is recreation or, even more important, homework or specific types of subject matter that they may be falling behind on, and they are fed. So these kids get an early dinner, they're excited, they're off and running, and it was a beautiful thing to see so many kids in that school excited about learning. And that's what we need to do all over this state. So I conclude just by saying this. Do not, for 1 second, believe that this right-wing ideology reflects what the American people believe. It does not. It reflects what relatively few people believe who have enormous amounts of money and enormous amounts of power. Do not let them beat you down. The American people do believe that we have a moral responsibility to protect the children, the elderly, the disabled, the vulnerable. And that is what you are doing. And the American people do believe, especially the people in the state, that everybody is entitled to health care regardless of their income. And I hope very much we will be the first state in the country to pass a single-payer health care system guaranteeing health care to all people. And the American people do believe that we should not have people sleeping out on the street or children sleeping in cars. So these are tough times, and I guess my message here is to try to buttress you, to tell you that you're not crazy in terms of what you believe. But what you see on television, what you see for some politicians, is kind of fringe politics backed by huge sums of money which give it respectability. Very few people think you give tax breaks to billionaires and you cut back on funding for people who are hungry. Very few people believe that. Unfortunately, those are the policies currently being pursued in the U.S. House of Representatives. So mostly I really to thank you very much for what you're doing. You are on the front lines, and I know it is not easy. I know that you see in your clients every day problems which can, have a significant impact on you emotionally. But keep struggling. There will be a brighter day to come. We're going to fight as hard as we can in Washington. This state, I hope and believe, will become a moral example for the nation. And just thank you again for what you're doing.